It is 4:55 p.m. Saturday afternoon, August 3rd, 2024, Rochelle, Illinois. And this is an eastbound Union Pacific Railroad manifest. He's coming out of the former Union Pacific Railroad Global 3 Intermodal facility, just to the right of this video. And Global 3 was opened in 2003 and closed in July 2019. When it opened, it was the Union Pacific Railroad's largest intermodal facility. Now I believe it's just used for block swapping of trains. And this eastbound manifest has backed into the former Global 3 intermodal facility twice, I guess, to pick up cars. And now he stopped for some reason. And the railroad is the Union Pacific Railroad Geneva subdivision. Geneva, Illinois is a point east of here to the left of this video. And right here, the Union Pacific Railroad Geneva subdivision is crossing the double-track BNSF Railway Aurora subdivision, originally the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railroad. Population of Rochelle, the most recent census, 9,446. Rochelle was originally named Lane, L-A-N-E. It's known as a hub city because of this Union Pacific Railroad line intersecting the BNSF Railway line right here. This UP line was originally the Chicago and Northwestern Railroad, normally it's left-hand running because originally it was Chicago Northwestern. Also here in Rochelle, the first transcontinental highway in America, the Lincoln Highway, and one of the first highways to go the full north-south length of America passed through Rochelle. They are now Illinois 38 and Illinois 20 and Illinois 251 respectively. Oh, here comes a westbound Union Pacific. I'll continue the narration later. westbound Union Pacific Intermodal. Probably heading from their, just a minute, let me look at my notes here. Probably heading from their Global 2 intermodal facility at North Lake, Illinois. East of here, not far west of Chicago, Illinois. Maybe heading to Long Beach or Long Beach, California, or Los Angeles, California. And the eastbound manifest is just backed into the former Global 3 intermodal facility for the third time. I assume picking up more cars, so when it leaves here, it's probably going to be one monster eastbound manifest. Probably originated at the Union Pacific Bailey Yard, North Platte, Nebraska, the largest freight yard in the world, I believe. Probably headed to Proviso Yard at Melrose Park, Illinois, not far west of Chicago, Illinois. And the eastbound manifest, the third locomotive, is an electromotive division, General Motors Corporation, McCook, Illinois plant, SD70ACe. That's where my career was, with the electromotive division. A little bit more about this area. By the way, it's about 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The last passenger train through Rochelle was in 1971 on the Chicago, Burlington, and Quincy Railroad, now the BNSF Railway. That's the line that crosses the Union Pacific here. Passenger trains such as the CB&Q morning and afternoon Zephyrs operating between Chicago and St. Paul, Minneapolis, and the CB&Q Empire Builder between Chicago and St. Paul, Minneapolis. Then on over the Great Northern Railway between St. Paul, Minneapolis, and Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon. The depot on the CB&Q, now BNSF Railway, was built in 1921 and demolished in 2007. The former Chicago Northwestern depot, now Union Pacific Railroad, is still here in this direction looking east. And in the distance we see the Rochelle Railroad Park, that elevated structure. And that's the first in America built two-watch operating trains, dedicated August 30th, 1998. And in this direction was the Whitcomb Locomotive Works. The Rochelle factory was built in 1907, manufactured industrial locomotives and the Parton Palmer P-A-R-T-I-N P-A-L-M-E-R automobile. The last locomotive was shipped on January 4th, 1952, a 25-ton diesel-electric locomotive delivered to the Central Procurement Agency of the USA, transportation car number USN 65-00330. And the building is in the distance that was the Whitcomb Locomotive Works, is now used for something else. And in the other direction that the eastbound manifest is backing into, that was the Union Pacific Railroad Global 3 intermodal facility, opened in 2003 and closed in July 2019. When opened, it was the Union Pacific Railroad's largest intermodal facility, and now I believe it's just used for block swapping of trains. And it's now 5:06 p.m. Saturday, August 3rd, 2024, Rochelle, Illinois. Over and out.